Alright, what's up, y'all? It's me, Broman 2.0. And yeah, so y'all, so look, so pretty much we here, right? Yeah, this pretty much gonna be reading RWBY the Astral Hunter, book one. Yeah, basically book one, chapter one. Cause we read the prologue the previous video that I did that I read this on. So yeah, so if y'all don't know what happened on the prologue, I would highly advise y'all to go and check out this book for yourself. I will leave a link in the description down below. I know I said that on a previous video, but like apparently I didn't like leave a link down there. So I'm gonna have to leave a link down there, you know what I'm saying? What is it? I'm gonna have to leave a link down there like in the description down below, like for real, like this time. I'm gonna go back and actually put like the link in the previous video that I read like the prologue on, and I'm gonna do the jump where, like, you know, I gotta like, yeah, y'all already know, but y'all already know. But yeah, and like I said before, and like I said previously on my previous video, this is pretty much I'm at the last time when I read this book, which was the prologue. Yeah, y'all, basically, my homie Chris, that y'all know, that I usually would stream with and play the game with, he's the nigga who wrote this book. So yeah, and for those and from the time of me recording this, he's completed all of book one. So now I can just go straight through book one. Yeah, but I'm still gonna read each chapter like each day. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna actually read. I'm gonna have to get into the rhythm of like reading it every single day, so I can be like really invested into it. So yeah, reading one chapter every day. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, it basically got like 12 chapters. So so yeah, and if y'all don't believe me, look right here. So yeah, it got 12 chapters. So yeah, so y'all, last time we pretty much read the prologue. Now, a quick summary for those who don't really care about spoilers. Previous time I read this book, which was the prologue, apparently it started going over Lunara and Soul. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, Chris, or like during the premiere, because I am gonna premiere like this. I am premiering like this video. So yeah, like yeah, like in the premiere, like let me know, like, you know, like am I saying it right? But I'm guessing this Soul is the sun god, the sun god, and the moon goddess is Lunara or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. So apparently on the prologue, apparently this nigga named not nigga named Ozpan, but Kale pretty much came crashing down or something. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing he crashed down and had like his scythe with him and everything, like, you know what I'm saying, like his grim or whatever, like whatever weapon he had. And apparently he met this professor. I think this professor named Ozpan. And yeah, and he had said like, hey, look, you know, I know that like you work alone, but you should try like working, you know what I'm saying, with other people, you know, to make a better cause, and you know what I'm saying, for the greater good and junk like that. And that's when Kale had said, all right, bet. And then that was it. So basically that was the whole junk of the junk. Apparently, like I said before, it explained like how Lunara and Soul, which is basically the sun god, and the moon goddess, apparently like they raised him up to be like strong and junk like that. And yeah, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is. That's pretty much all it is, though, y'all. But yeah, so yeah. But but yeah, though, for real, for real though, y'all. But yeah. So yeah, yeah. So now we on to chapter 1. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So yeah, so chapter 1. And y'all, like I said before, on the previous video where I read like the prologue of this book, basically I had told y'all that like Chris only like had like errors in like the prologue because of the AI. It wasn't him writing they them. It wasn't him that was writing that. It was the AI that he used to create this. Basically messed up and junk like that. That's basically what it was. But yeah. So yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and read chapter 1. Chapter 1. Son of the Gods. Alright, now let's read it. The wind whipped through the darkened forest, the night heavy with the stench of grim. Kale's breath came in steady, controlled bursts, his eyes narrowed as he surveyed the scene before him. The forest was eerily silent. Not silent, but quiet. Same thing, but it says quiet. The forest was eerily quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves and the far-off screeches of the grim creatures that prowled the land. Now, for those who don't know what the grim creatures are, they're basically the little big monstery looking things that's muscular, that has like this skull face or something like that, that's in RWBY. That's basically all it is. But yeah. So yeah, let me just go ahead and go back to reading. But yeah. The forest was eerily quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves and the far off screeches of the grim creatures that prowled the land. His hand rested on the hilt of his weapon, a slender sword forged from the remnants of a fallen star, its gleaming blade shimmering with a faint celestial glow. Tonight was different. Kale could feel it in the air, thick with tension. The usual grim creatures of shadow and malice had been replaced by something darker, something more elusive. Elusive. The trees trembled as if he could sense the coming storm. Kale's sharp eyes scanned the shadows. He was no stranger to the dark things that lurked in the world, but something about tonight felt different. Then the first of them appeared, a flicker of movement in the shadows, a creature larger than any grim Kale had encountered before, a massive shadowy figure with glowing eyes that pierced through the night like twin suns. Kale's grip tightened around his weapon as he stepped forward, his heart beating in his chest. He had been this kind of... He had seen... Let me get my neck, y'all. Let me get my neck. I'm messing up. He had seen this kind of thing before. He knew the signs. Astral entities. It had to be. He had spent years studying them, feeling. Hold on, let me get my neck, y'all. Golly, I keep messing up, y'all. Hold on. Says right here, he had spent years studying them, feeling their pull through the very fabric of existence. They were the source of the mysteries he had sought to unravel. He had hoped, prayed even, that he could face them when the time came. But this was beyond his expectations. Suddenly a bright light pierced the darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, cloaked in robes that shimmered like stardust, moving with unnatural grace. Kale's eyes widened as the figure's presence became more tangible, as though the air itself bowed before them. The figure stepped into the clearing, and Kale's breath caught as the individual revealed themselves. A man with silver hair and a calm yet commanding aura. Professor Ozpin. You found them, haven't you? Ozpin's voice was calm, his eyes surveying the astral entity with the kind of calmness that Kale found both unnerving and admirable. The stars have always whispered to you, Vale, but I suspect you've heard more than you've bargained for. It says right here. Yeah, I'm messing up, y'all. Hold on, let me get my net. It says right here. The stars have always whispered to you, Vale, but I suspect you've heard more than you bargained for. Kale didn't take his eyes off the entity. I've been tracking these let me get my net, y'all. Golly, I keep messing up. I've been tracking these creatures for years, but this is different. This is something that doesn't belong in this world. Ozpin smiled faintly. Indeed, these are not just grim. They are something more, something ancient. And it is a power that grows by the day. It is time that you, Kale, face the truth of what you have sought. Kale turned to him, confusion. Golly, man, why the word these little notifications, man. All right, let me go back to reading, y'all. Hold on. Says right here, Kale turned to him, confusion etching his features. What do you mean? I've dedicated my life to understanding these creatures. I know that they are capable of. I know what they are capable of. But this, I can't do it alone. Ozpin stepped closer, his eyes filled with understanding. That's why I'm here. You're not alone anymore. You have a place where you can learn, where you can hone your skills and learn more about the cosmic forces you've always been drawn to. That place is Beacon Academy. Kale's heart skipped a beat. Beacon Academy, the very name, was whispered among those who sought to understand the mysteries beyond the grim, the place where some of the world's greatest hunters were trained, a place where Kale could finally learn the truth of what had been haunting him all his life. I've heard of it, Kale said, his voice uncertain, but I've never considered it. I've always worked alone. I thought I had to. You don't, Ozpin replied, his voice firm but compassionate. The truth you seek is far larger than anything you can face alone. Beacon will provide you the answers, the training, and the companionship you need to confront the darkness ahead. You don't have to walk this path in isolation anymore. Kale stood silent for a long moment, the weight of Ozpin's words sinking into him. The choice he faced was monumental. He had spent so much of his life walking alone, following the whispers of the stars. Golly, let me get my net, y'all. Golly, he had spent so much of his life walking alone, following the whispers of the stars, chasing the secrets hidden in the fabric of reality. But the truth was clear. He couldn't fight what was coming by himself. Finally, Kale nodded, his resolve hardening. All right, I'll come with you. I'll join Beacon Academy. Ozpin's smile grew a little wider, though there was something in his eyes that suggested he had known this outcome all along. I knew you would, Kale. Now the next step of your journey begins. Now look, I got a question to ask you, Chris. If you watching this video, didn't in the prologue he already met Ozpin? And didn't in the prologue he already said he was gonna join Beacon Academy? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I might be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't he say that in the prologue before you fixed it? Cause you said you done fixed like the prologue or something like that. Now you done went back and I take that back. You didn't. I don't think you told me that you went back and fixed it after I did the premiere and junk. You said you was gonna fix it, but you didn't fix it yet. But yeah, like after I showed you the premiere of me reading like the prologue and stuff like that. But yeah, like didn't this nigga already said this on the previous like jump, like on the prologue? Like, correct me if I'm wrong though. But yeah, but it says right here, y'all. Oh yeah, let me continue reading. Later that night, Kale stood before the ancient oak tree where his parents waited. The light of the moon bathed the world in silver, the glow from his mother's domain casting a tranquil, soothing radiance over the scene. Lunara, the moon goddess, stood tall and serene, her silver eyes fixed on him with an understanding that seemed to reach into his very soul. And beside her soul, the sun god radiated with the warmth of daybreak. His golden presence, a quiet but constant force of nature. Kale had always known that one day he would have to leave them, to step into a world larger than the one he had known. He had seen the signs, heard the whispers of destiny, and tonight was the night that his path would truly begin. I've made my decision, Kale said, his voice quiet but unwavering. I'm going to Beacon Academy. I need to learn more, to understand what's coming. The stars are calling to me, and I can't ignore it anymore. Soul's gaze softened. I knew this day would come. You've always been a child of both light and shadow, Kale. You've walked your own path for so long, but now the world needs you. You are ready. Take the light of the sun with you and carry it in your heart. Lunara stepped forward, her silver eyes glinting in the moonlight. You are part of something much greater than anyone. Than anyone. Than any one person. What the world? Hey, bro, look, Chris, you gonna have to fix that, bro. If you had it where it says right here, you are part of something greater than any one person. That don't make sense, bro. You gonna have to fix that. I don't know what the AI was doing on that part, but you gonna have to fix that, bro. But let me continue. It says right here, the moon will watch over you as it always has. In the darkness, when you feel lost, know that I will be there, guiding you. Alright. Kale closed his eyes, taking a deep breath. The weight of their words settled into him like an anchor, grounding him in his decision. His parents had always known what he was destined for. It had always been written in the stars. I won't forget you, Kale whispered, his voice thick with emotion. I'll carry the light of the sun and the moon with me always. Soul nodded, his voice rich with pride. You are ready, my son. Golly, I'm messing up. Let me start. Let me restart that. Soul nodded, his voice rich with pride. You are ready, my son. We will always be with you, no matter how far you travel. Lunara smiled softly, her voice a tender whisper in the wind. The stars are waiting, Kale. Go. The path you walk now is yours to choose. With one last glance at his parents, Kale turned toward the road ahead. The stars above twinkled brighter than ever before, as if guiding him towards his destiny. You could have put towards his destiny instead of toward his destiny. Okay, alright. He could feel the pull of Beacon Academy, the promise of answers, and the beginning of a journey that would change everything. The sun and moon watched over him as he walked toward the future, his heart full of purpose and anticipation. The astral hunter had begun his journey. Kale nodded. I think so. It just felt different. His mind wandered briefly to the day Ozpan had approached him, speaking cryptically about his potential and the role he could play at Beacon. That day marked the beginning of his journey. The morning he left for Beacon, Kale stood at the gates of his family's home. His parents, Sol and Lunara, the god of the sun and the goddess of the moon, were there to see him off. Though they carried the weight of celestial power, their expressions were tender and human in that moment. We're proud of you, Kale, Sol said, his voice resonating with a warmth that carried the essence of daylight itself. Lunar had embraced him tightly, her presence cold and calming like the moonlight, whispering, remember who you are and why you fight. The balance of light and dark rests in all things. Kale had carried their words with him as he boarded the airship bound for Vale. The journey was filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. I never seen this word, bro, like in school, bro. I never seen this word in school that I'm trying to say. So don't be flaming me in the comment section, bro. This is a word I've never seen. Niggas don't even use this word like this. This word that I'm trying to do. All right, so yeah, so it says right here, the journey was filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation as he gazed out at the passant landscapes. The sight of Beacon Academy with its majestic spires towering over the city filled him with a sense of awe and determination. He knew this was where his path truly began. Hold on, wait a minute. Yang shrugged. Maybe it's one of those Atalesian drones or something. You know, how they're always testing new tech. Maybe, Kale murmured through his gut, told himself otherwise. Whatever it wasn't from Atlas. It wasn't from Remnant. Far above the academy, the Astral hunter remained vigilant. Its focus zeroed in on a particular signature emanating from the school. It didn't yet understand the source of the energy, but it was drawn to it like a moth to a flame. In the days to come, this glimmer in the void would spark events that none of them could foresee, events that would forever change the balance of their world. Alright, so y'all, so that was pretty much chapter 1. Now, what do I think about chapter 1? Yeah, so let me yeah, wait a minute, is it? I do like the fact that like ads come up even though like you know what I'm saying, like, hold up. Hold up, y'all, man. This jump right here don't want to act right. Can it just exit, man, and go to like chapter 2 so I can kind of see where I'm at? Like, nigga. Nigga, no. Okay, alright. Alright, so yeah. So chapter So let me go back. Let me go back over. Let me get right, y'all. Let me get right. Hold up. All right. So like, what do I think about chapter 1? So chapter 1, apparently, as we know, apparently, you know what I'm saying, he meets Ozpin again. For some odd reason, he meets Ozpin again. Cause I was questioning that in this video. So yeah, Chris, you gonna have to like clear me up on that. Like, I mean, unless like the prologue was just supposed to be him just meeting the nigga, and then this right here is supposed to be like him like just telling him, "Hey, look, go to Beacon Academy," and this is that. But from what I heard, I remember reading the prologue. He said that in the prologue too. I could be wrong, but you're gonna have to correct me on that. And this was before you had fixed it. Before you had fixed the prologue. I don't know if you fixed the prologue now, cause you told me before I started even reading the prologue, you told me that you fixed it, and it still wasn't fixed. So I don't know if it's fixed now. After I done did the prologue. So I don't know if it's fixed now. So yeah, man. I don't know if it's fixed now. But anyway, look. All I'm saying is that what do I think about chapter 1? Now, chapter 1, that little error, that jump right there, that little error that I mentioned in this video where you messed up on like not you per se, but like the AI had messed up on like what it was supposed to say. Yeah, like the little errors where I mentioned in this video, like that need to be fixed on chapter 1, they need to be fixed. But other than that, like it wasn't as much as it was on the prologue. The prologue had like, y'all remember the prologue had like way too many errors. I had to correct to kind of tell Chris like how it should be written, so whenever he go back to do the jump, you know, it'll be fixed. The prologue will be fixed then. But yeah, but that one error though that's like in chapter 1 that I basically mentioned, you're gonna have to go back and fix that. But yeah, but other than that though, y'all, like chapter 1 is pretty good though. Like it's setting up everything, like him going to Beacon Academy and him coming across like I bet it basically mentioned Yang or something. Yang was saying something or something like that. So yeah, y'all, like this jump right here is pretty good. Chapter 1 is pretty good. It's setting up everything, but like I said before, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't this nigga Ozpen say, hey, look, you should go to Beacon Academy first on the first prologue? Now, it did mention that he wanted to work alone, but Ozpen had said, hey, look, how about you work together? And yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, in that same chapter, you might as well say the prologue is the first chapter, where basically in that same junk that I read, I think he said something about Beacon Academy and that too, but you gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong on it, if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, I could be just like getting confused. I could be just getting confused because there was so many errors in the prologue during that time. So I don't know if that prologue the prologue errors are done now. Yeah. But other than that though, y'all, right? Like, yeah, y'all, like chapter 1 is pretty good though. Like it's really setting up everything. I like the fact that like he goes back to his parents the day before like he walks out to go to Beacon Academy. And I do like the fact that the next day when he was walking to go to Beacon Academy, it was like right at his doorstep with the gate and stuff. His parents and stuff started hugging him and junk. Soul and Lenara started hugging him and junk and telling him, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? This is your path. Don't never give up. And this is that. And now he's gone to Beacon Academy. So I do like the fact that like you know what I'm saying? Like it does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Sorry, y'all, my nose itching, you know what I'm saying? My nose itching, but yeah, but anyway, right? Like, like, yeah, man. Other than that, though, I do like, you know what I'm saying? Like the where everything is going with the story so far. Yeah, it's gonna be some niggas in the comments that's talking about something. Oh, he digged in his nose. Like, nigga, I ain't digging my nose now. I did this. I did like this. You're pulling your nose and stretching. That's what I did. I'm doing that. So yeah, I don't want y'all to be going in the comments that's talking about something like I did that and I didn't. That I digged in my nose when in fact I didn't. Cause some niggas will try to make up stuff. But anyway, yeah, and even if somebody did try to say that, I still wouldn't ignore them. But anyway, look. All I'm saying is that, yeah, man, other than that, man, like, the junk is pretty good. Like, chapter 1 is pretty good. So, yeah, so next time, we are going to read, book 1, chapter 2. Because this was book 1, chapter 1. So, next we are going to read book 1, chapter 2. Yeah, which this jump right here actually got me more excited about this jump than the previous chapter, right? Like this jump right here got me more excited now because, like, I mean, obviously because like this one is more like written well, like Because the prologue, man, was messed up at one point. But yeah, I don't know if it's still messed up or not. I haven't went back to go and check to see if like the prologue was still messed up. But other than that, like chapter 2, not chapter 2, but chapter 1 is pretty good though. So yeah, next we are going to read book 1. Next we are going to read RWBY, the Astral Hunter, book 1, chapter 2. That's what we're going to read next time. So yeah, if y'all new to this channel, and I this is my little plate where I just ate my food. So yeah, I had ate some food before I did this video. But yeah, so look, like I said before, if y'all new to this channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell, but when y'all hit it, hit all on it so y'all don't get every single notification I want to upload. Because some people, they be subscribing and like they will hit like none, like they won't even like go in like the little notification bell, and they'll hit like personalized and none instead of hitting the all jump the way you can get all the notifications. So yeah, so like I said before, and I'm gonna repeat this one more time. If y'all new to this channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell, but when y'all hit it, hit all on it so y'all don't get every single notification I want to upload. So yeah, so see y'all. Peace and Nia. Brahman 2.0 out.